Title: Apocalyptic Reckoning, The Triumph of Light. Chapter 4, The Witnesses and the Cosmic Battle. Apocalyptic Reckoning, The Triumph of Light is an epic tale set in a distant land and a time long forgotten. Darkness looms over the world, brought forth by a sinister force that inflicts suffering and torment upon humanity. In the midst of chaos, a divine-like man emerges, burdened with knowledge and a responsibility to confront the malevolent force. Joined by a group of valiant individuals, the man sets forth on a perilous quest to vanquish the malevolence. Along the way, they encounter terrifying locust-like creatures embodying terror and destruction. Enduring trials and hardships, they unravel the mystery behind the dark forces and their sinister king. In a distant land and a time long forgotten, darkness loomed over the world. A sinister force emerged, bringing with it the infliction of severe suffering and torment. The people lived in fear, unsure of what dark fate awaited them. Amidst this chaos, a lone figure emerged, a man, but not just an ordinary man. His appearance was otherworldly, as if a divine being had taken human form. He bore the burden of knowledge and the responsibility to confront the malevolent force that had unleashed torment upon the world. The man was not alone in this fight. He was joined by a group of individuals, both men and women, who shared his resolve to vanquish the darkness. Each one carried a unique strength, and together, they formed an unbreakable bond. As they set forth on their quest, they encountered a swarm of locusts like no other. These creatures were not mere insects, but an embodiment of terror and destruction. Their faces resembled that of men, yet their hair bore the semblance of women's, an unsettling fusion of the two genders. Their iron-like breastplates clanged like the sound of horse-drawn chariots thundering into battle. Their wings created a deafening roar, filling the air with an ominous symphony of dread. But the most dreadful aspect of these locusts lay in their tails, each ending with a venomous stinger akin to that of scorpions. The torment these locusts brought was insidious. People writhed in pain and anguish, enduring 5 long months of suffering at the hands of these malevolent creatures. The world seemed to be trapped in an unending nightmare. Yet, the man and his allies persevered. They faced countless trials and hardships, never faltering in their determination to bring an end to the torment that had befallen their world. Together, they sought to unravel the mystery behind the Angel of the Abyss, whose name in Hebrew was Abaddon, and in Greek, Apollyon, the king of these wicked locusts. As they drew closer to their foe, the man and his companions uncovered the source of the darkness, a force so ancient and powerful that its true name had been lost to the annals of time. They learned of its plan to plunge the world into eternal darkness and chaos, enslaving humanity to its malevolence. With a heavy heart and a sense of foreboding, they knew that defeating this malevolent force would not come without sacrifice. The battle against darkness would exact a toll, but they were prepared to pay it for the sake of their world. And so, they stood before the golden altar, their resolve unwavering. The man lifted his eyes to the heavens, and with the sound of a single trumpet, a divine voice resonated through the realm. It was a voice of hope and courage, a call to rise against the darkness and embrace the light. As they prepared for the ultimate showdown, the weight of their actions hung heavily upon them. The first woe had passed, but they knew that 2 more woes awaited on the horizon. Their journey had only just begun, and the fate of their world rested in their hands. Will they find the strength to overcome the darkness and restore peace to their land, or will they succumb to the torment that threatens to consume them all? The answer lies ahead, in the unfolding pages of their epic tale. As the man and his companions continued their journey, they received a divine message urging the 6th angel, the one holding the trumpet, to set free 4 angels bound at the great river Euphrates. These angels were powerful beings, prepared for a specific hour, day, month, and year to unleash their might upon the world. Upon hearing the call, the 4 angels were set free, and with their release, a calamity of unimaginable proportions was unleashed upon humanity. They rode forth with an army of 200 million soldiers on horseback, an overwhelming force that spread like a shadow of death across the lands. The appearance of these angels was unlike anything seen before. Their faces, similar to those of men, had a terrifying golden glow, and their hair resembled the beauty of women's locks. Their breastplates, resembling scales of iron, clanked as they charged forward, impervious to any resistance. As the terrible horde approached, a wave of fear washed over the people, who were now facing the wrath of celestial beings. The angels' power to kill was unleashed, and they struck with precision, decimating 1/3 of humanity in their wake. The devastation was unfathomable, leaving entire cities in ruins and countless lives shattered. The man and his allies stood before the overwhelming force, the weight of their mission now more apparent than ever. They knew that to challenge these angels would be a perilous endeavor, one that could cost them dearly. Yet, they were bound by duty and a sense of responsibility to protect their world from this malevolent onslaught. As the battle raged on, they found themselves caught in a relentless struggle against the angelic forces. The skies darkened with the smoke of war, and the ground trembled with the impact of their clash. Despite the odds, the man and his companions fought with unwavering determination, knowing that the fate of humanity hung in the balance. With every passing moment, the scale of destruction grew, and hope seemed to fade. But deep within their hearts, the glimmer of hope still burned bright. They knew that even in the darkest of times, courage and unity could triumph over the most formidable adversaries. In the midst of the chaos, the man looked to the heavens, seeking guidance and strength from the divine source that had called him to this quest. He knew that their purpose was not merely to survive the onslaught, but to rise against the forces of darkness and confront them head-on. As the battle reached its crescendo, the fate of the world teetered on a precipice. The man and his companions pressed on, determined to break the cycle of torment and suffering that had befallen their land. In this hour of darkness, they stood as beacons of hope, ready to face whatever trials lay ahead. The echoes of their struggle reverberated through time, a testament to the indomitable spirit of humanity. For in the face of unspeakable torment, it is the strength of the human heart that shines brightest, and it is through unity and resolve that true triumph can be achieved. The story of their journey, a saga of courage and sacrifice, would be etched into the annals of history, a reminder that even in the darkest of times, hope can be found, and heroes can rise. Regenerate. As the four bound angels were set free at the great river Euphrates, a dreadful vision unfolded before the man. The released angels, accompanied by a vast army, were the harbingers of destruction, riding upon horses unlike anything the world had seen before. The horses and their riders appeared as if they were forged in the depths of a fiery abyss. The riders' breastplates glowed with an intense fiery red, symbolizing the burning rage and malevolence that drove them. Dark blue and sulphurous yellow adorned their armor, emanating an aura of dread and maleficence. The horses themselves were equally fearsome, bearing heads that resembled the mighty lions of old. From their mouths came forth a deadly trio of fire, smoke, and sulphur, which consumed everything in their path. Their breath unleashed a merciless tempest of destruction, leaving the earth scorched and lifeless. In their rampage, these monstrous steeds and their malevolent riders wreaked havoc upon humanity. A third of the world's population fell victim to their fiery wrath, perishing amidst the chaos and devastation. The man witnessed the unfathomable loss of life and the incalculable suffering brought about by these three plagues. Their power seemed insurmountable, emanating not just from their mouths, but also from their tails. The tails of these nightmarish steeds were like snakes, adorned with venomous heads that inflicted further injury upon their hapless victims. The man and his companions faced a relentless onslaught, as the angels' fury seemed boundless. Despite the catastrophic events that unfolded, not all of humanity heeded the warning of these plagues. Many refused to turn away from their wicked ways, persisting in their devotion to demons and lifeless idols. They worshipped figures of gold, silver, bronze, stone, and wood, oblivious to the folly of their actions. The man felt a deep sorrow within him as he witnessed the stubbornness and ignorance of humanity. The opportunity for redemption and a chance to change their course lay before them, yet they turned a blind eye, blind to the destructive path they had chosen. The struggle against darkness was not just an external battle, it was a fight for the soul of humanity itself. The man knew that defeating the malevolent forces was not enough, he needed to appeal to the hearts and minds of the people, guiding them toward a path of righteousness and compassion. As the battle raged on, the man and his companions found solace in their unwavering resolve to protect humanity. They knew that the key to overcoming the darkness lay not just in physical strength, but in the power of hope, empathy, and unity. Amidst the chaos and destruction, a glimmer of hope persisted. The man believed that there were still those among humanity who would awaken to the truth and choose a different path. He held on to the belief that humanity could rise above the darkness, embracing the light within and forging a new destiny. The fate of the world remained uncertain, and the man knew that the road ahead would be filled with trials and sacrifices. The battle against darkness was far from over, but he remained steadfast, guided by the conviction that hope would ultimately prevail. In the face of the malevolent forces that sought to engulf the world, the man and his companions stood resolute. Their quest for redemption and salvation would continue, driven by the unwavering belief that humanity's better angels would ultimately prevail over the forces of darkness. And so, the epic saga of their struggle continued, a testament to the indomitable spirit of humanity in the face of unimaginable challenges. Then, amidst the chaos and destruction, a profound revelation emerged. Despite the cataclysmic events and the plagues that befell humanity, the people still refused to repent. They remained unyielding in their wickedness, continuing their heinous acts and embracing their malevolent ways. They did not turn away from their murders, shedding innocent blood without remorse. Nor did they abandon their practices of magic spells, delving into the dark arts to manipulate and control others. Their sexual immorality persisted, indulging in lustful desires without restraint. And they continued to steal and covet, disregarding the rights and property of others for their selfish gain. The man and his companions were troubled by this revelation. It was a stark reminder of the resilience of evil and the challenge of confronting the darkness that resided within the hearts of humanity. Despite witnessing the horrifying consequences of their actions, some chose to remain on the path of destruction, deaf to the cries of redemption. Amidst this grim reality, the man still held on to hope. He knew that true change could only come from within, and the struggle against darkness was not one of mere external battles. It was a battle for the soul, a journey towards enlightenment and self-awareness. As the man continued his quest, he encountered another powerful angel descending from heaven. Wrapped in an aura of divine radiance, this angel bore a solemn message. It was a message of hope and guidance amidst the turmoil that engulfed the world. The man listened intently to the angel's words, seeking answers and understanding. He knew that divine guidance was essential in navigating the treacherous path that lay ahead. The angel's presence brought a sense of reassurance, a reminder that he was not alone in his quest for salvation. The journey was far from over, and the man knew that the road ahead would be filled with challenges and sacrifices. But he was determined to press on, fueled by the conviction that the light of hope could pierce through the darkest of nights. With each step forward, the man held onto the belief that the human spirit was resilient and capable of change. The struggle against darkness was not a futile endeavor, it was a battle worth fighting, for it held the key to the salvation of humanity. The world teetered on the edge of oblivion, and the fate of humanity hung in the balance. As the man continued his journey, he carried within him the hope that one day, humanity would awaken to the truth and embrace a path of righteousness and compassion. The struggle against darkness was not just an external battle, it was a battle of the heart and soul. The man knew that to triumph over darkness, he must first confront the shadows that lurked within himself. In the end, the fate of the world rested not just on the actions of the angels and the malevolent forces, but on the choices made by humanity itself. It was a choice between darkness and light, between despair and hope, between destruction and redemption. And so, the epic saga of the man's quest continued, a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the power of hope in the face of unimaginable challenges. As the world stood at the brink of darkness, the man stood as a beacon of light, guiding humanity towards a future of hope and salvation. In the midst of the turmoil, a powerful and awe-inspiring sight emerged. A majestic figure descended from the heavens, enveloped in a cloud with a radiant rainbow above his head. His face shone like the sun, and his legs appeared like pillars of fire, exuding a divine and formidable presence. In his hand, he held a little scroll, open and ready to be revealed. As he stood, he placed his right foot upon the sea and his left foot upon the land, signifying his authority and dominion over all creation. With a voice like a lion's roar, he proclaimed with thunderous might, causing the seven thunders to echo their voices. The sound was both terrifying and awe-inspiring, a testament to the power and majesty of the heavenly figure. As the seven thunders spoke, the man prepared to record their words, but he heard a voice from heaven commanding him not to write down what was spoken. It was a mystery too profound for mortal comprehension, reserved for the divine realms alone. The angel who stood on the sea and the land raised his right hand to heaven, making a solemn oath by the eternal and omnipotent creator of all things. He declared that there would be no more delay, signifying the imminent unfolding of the divine plan. He proclaimed that in the days when the seventh angel prepares to blow his trumpet, the mystery of God would be completed. The prophetic revelations would come to fruition, fulfilling the promises made to God's servants throughout history.